Good afternoon, everyone. I am Kimberly Joy, and you are listening to The Kimberly Joy Show. I thank the Lord for this opportunity to share an inspiring message with you. But before I share today's message, I want to invite you to our church, Power and Faith Ministries, where Apostle Ron and Pastor Jerry Banks are the pastors. We are currently holding services inside Great Amazement International Ministries, located at 2241 Crown Point Drive, Suite 600, Sharonville, Ohio, 45241. Sunday service is at 1 p.m. and Bible study is Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. I'm also happy to announce that my mother, Pastor Jerry, has a show on this station as well. It's called Power and Faith Today, and you can hear her Wednesdays at 4:45 p.m. and Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. I encourage you to tune in to her program. You will truly be blessed. Also, you can catch the encore of my show on Saturdays at 6 p.m. In addition, I welcome you to email me at kim_joy73@yahoo.com and to visit my blog at thekimberlyjoy.com. My personal motto is know yourself, be yourself, love yourself. Now that it's February, in honor of Black History Month, I would like to recognize some African Americans who have been an inspiration to me personally. Today, I want to recognize a woman who became my hero when I was just a young teenager. Her name is Wilma Rudolph. Wilma Rudolph was born on June 23, 1940, in St. Bethlehem, Tennessee, to Ed and Blanche Rudolph. Wilma was a premature baby and had a few serious health problems in her early years. She contracted double pneumonia, scarlet fever, and polio. Because of the polio virus, she couldn't walk. When she finally started walking, she had to wear leg braces until she was about 9 years old. After years of hospital visits and treatments, Wilma stunned her doctors when she began walking without leg braces. Not only did Wilma start walking normally, but she began running and playing basketball. Considering all that Wilma had gone through as a child, she was living proof that God performs miracles. In fact, Wilma said, "My doctors told me I would never walk again. My mother told me I would. I believed my mother." Now that's what you call faith. One of the things I always admired about Wilma Rudolph was her faith that one day she would be able to walk, run, jump, and play like any other child. Matthew 17:20 says, "If you had faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it would move. Nothing would be impossible." Later in high school, Wilma became a star on the girls' basketball team and track team. Because she was such a great athlete, Coach Ed Temple invited her to attend his summer track camp at Tennessee State University. At the tender age of 16, Wilma won a bronze medal at the 1956 Summer Olympics in the 400-meter relay event. In fact, she ran on that same relay team with my high school track coach, May Starr. Then, in 1960, Wilma became the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in the track and field competition at the Summer Olympics. She won the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, and the 400-meter relay. To add to her accomplishments, she tied the world record in the 100-meter dash and set a new Olympic record in the 200. A couple of years later, Wilma retired from track and field to focus on her new career as a teacher and raising her family. Although Wilma stopped competing, she continued to be a great influence. Her autobiography entitled Wilma was published in 1977. It was also made into a television movie starring Denzel Washington in his very first movie role. He portrayed Robert Eldridge, the man Wilma later married. I can't tell you how many times I watched my VHS tape of that movie. In addition to receiving numerous awards, Wilma contributed to inner-city sports clinics and university track teams. She also founded the Wilma Rudolph Foundation, which was dedicated to developing young athletes. Wilma was inducted into the National Black Sports and Entertainment Hall of Fame in 1973, the National Track and Field Hall of Fame in 1974, the United States Olympic Hall of Fame in 1983, and the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1994. On November 12, 1994, at the age of 54, Wilma Rudolph died of a brain tumor in Brentwood, Tennessee. I remember when I got the news that she had passed away. I was living on campus at Miami University. It was either a Saturday or Sunday morning when my dad called me. After we hung up, I just lay on the bed and cried. I then looked at the pictures of her I had displayed on my wall. You would have thought I had known her personally. But although I was sad to hear about her death, I was so thankful to God that He had allowed me to meet her. Yes, I met Wilma Rudolph. I was in the 10th grade, and our track team was at the district track meet at Fairfield High School. While a few of my teammates and I were standing down by the track to cheer on one of our runners, our former track coach, Mrs. Starr, showed up. We were so excited to see her, but we were even more excited when she told us that she had the Wilma Rudolph in her car. I didn't realize until that moment that she and Wilma had remained friends since they ran together in the Olympics back in 1956. When Wilma walked into the stadium, I couldn't believe my eyes. She was tall, slender, and just as beautiful in all the pictures I had seen of her. Naturally, I asked for her autograph. She told me to wait until the end of the track meet. Well, since I was finished with my events for the day, I sat right next to her in the stands and waited for my autograph. I was in such awe of her, I don't think I even paid attention to the rest of the meet. After the track meet, I followed her to the parking lot where she signed an autograph for me. And today, I still have that autograph in my photo album. When I think about it, it's too bad we didn't have camera phones back then. I would have definitely gotten a picture. I share the story of Wilma Rudolph because, as I stated earlier, as a young teenager, she was my hero. Since I was a sprinter on the school's track team, I connected with her. I admired her faith and perseverance. It just amazed me that a young girl who always seemed to be sick and who could barely walk later became an Olympic champion. Her story taught me that man doesn't have the final say. Doctors don't have the final say, but God has the final say. God chose to heal a little black girl from a poor community in Tennessee simply because she believed. Young Wilma believed that she would one day walk. Think about that. All it took was her believing. And I believe that not only did she have faith, but she saw or imagined herself healed. I believe she had visions of walking and playing with the other children. I remember a scene from the movie in which Wilma was at home with her mother and father. Her siblings were all playing somewhere without her. But instead of sitting in the house and feeling sorry for herself, Wilma grabbed the basketball and went outside to the homemade basketball hoop in the front yard. While she was shooting baskets, she removed her shoes and leg braces. When her parents noticed what she had done, they didn't scold her for taking off her leg braces, but they watched with amazement. James 2:26 says, "Faith without works or action is dead." Young Wilma understood that she had to put her faith into action. Just like Wilma Rudolph had faith that she would one day live the life of a normal child, I encourage you to have faith that your life is going to turn around for the better. If you need healing, believe God. If you want to go to college, believe God. If you want a better job, believe God. If you want to move into a better neighborhood, believe God. If you want to buy your own home, believe God. Wilma Rudolph was a sickly, physically disabled little black girl from a poor community who grew up to become a world-renowned Olympic champion. If God could do it for her, he can certainly do it for you. You just got to do as she did. Remove those hindrances. Step out on faith. And when it gets difficult, never give up. Well, that's all I have for today. I pray that this message has been a blessing to you. If you would like to learn more about Wilma Rudolph, you may go to notablebiographies.com or biography.com, where I gathered my information. Again, you can catch the encore of my show on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Also, please feel free to email me at kim_joy73@yahoo.com with any questions, comments, or even prayer requests. And I invite you to visit my blog at thekimberlyjoy.com. My motto is, know yourself, be yourself, love yourself. I would like to leave you with a song entitled Never Give Up, featuring Yolanda Adams. Until next time, please know that I love you, but God loves you the most.